Today we're going to look at some percussive music, specifically more towards trailer. It could work well with TV library as well. I've written quite a lot of percussive TV stuff, which has worked out really well. I can generally write the tracks quite quickly as well, so which means that I can release more music, which can be used more in TV, and it helps me generate income that way, which is good. So today, that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you, I've loaded up my template that I use every single day. As you can see, everything's grouped up. So for example, here's my brass sections. Different things, all that's grouped up and it's going into a bus here. Sometimes that bus has some effects on as well. Not always, but sometimes it does. And these are things that I tend to be doing these every time I'm writing. So maybe I'm sticking a compressor on the drum bus and stuff. So everything that I find myself doing regularly, I add it to my template so I don't have to keep doing that every time. So it's already there and it's already set up, which saves me time. When I'm working on custom trailers, I usually only have a day or two to deliver a first draft, so a really strong demo, which isn't a lot of time. So anything like this that can save time, it's really beneficial to me. The downside to it is that you can end up just repeating yourself too much, as in my go-to drum sounds in particular is Damage. I love Damage too, and I had that set up. Here's one Damage patch. I have another one here, and so on and so forth. If I use the same sounds every single time, then it gets boring for the listeners, and it also gets boring for me. So I'm guilty of this too. So it's always useful to try and spice up your sounds a little bit. But right now, let's look at creating a drum track. So how I usually start is I like to find one patch that I really like, and I like to lay down the fundamental rhythms, and then I'll build off that. So for this, one of my favorite ones is of course Damage 2, and it's the Armageddon patch. So in particular, it's these notes here. Ensemble or toms. So let's find a tempo. Let's lower that. Let's try 120. Slower, let's try 150. Nice, okay. I misplayed that. Let's try this. Extremely sloppy, so I think there's a delay on the keyboard here actually, but let's adjust that another time. Digga digga da. Nice, okay. That would repeat there. Da 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 da. Okay, that's the main bit down. Now I can just click on a different channel, play something different. What's this one doing? like that. Nice. Tom Factory is a really good one as well. Concert toms. You'll notice I don't quantize everything. Some of them I do. I don't think I need to for this particular track. It's just here. Okay, because it's low, I will. I'm not going to use this. It's quite low and quite muddy. That's out, but it sounds okay. Let's make sure those are hits. I could. Yeah, let's repeat that to finish off that phrase. Okay, yeah, so it's a nice little. Yeah, nice. I like that. Also, you may have noticed that some of my tracks are panned. The low ones, I tend not to pan. I kind of want those hitting down the center, but some of the other ones, we can pan to create width. Another really good way to create width as well and thickness in your drums is to not quantize everything. So if you quantize everything and everything's hitting like a robot, you know, exactly on time, even when you layer that up and up and up, it's always going to sound quite thin because everything's playing at the same time. So if you're good at playing it in naturally and it doesn't sound too out of time and out of place, just keep it. Don't quantize it. It'll make it sound way more organic and natural, and it will help to create thickness. This is way too out of time, so I won't quantize it, but I will move it in line. So as you can see, like this one, it's not exactly on line. This one is. I think there's a delay going on with my keyboard. I'll fix that another time. Sounds bad. Okay. It's also really handy to think, especially when you're writing just a percussive track, which you may be asked to do in your composing career. So limited synths, limited pianos, limited orchestras or anything like that. It's purely or mainly percussion. It's really helpful to think of this in terms of frequency as well. So we need to make sure we're filling the whole frequency spectrum. A lot of these sounds are occupying the mid to mid lows, and some of it is the low. So we also need to think about, one second, let me bring this up. Let's just bring up this here, little frequency. We need to make sure we're occupying the high end as well. It's quite full here. It's quite empty here. So we can look at instruments or other percussions that will occupy that. What's this? Sounds nice. Snares will occupy more of the high end, but I'm not looking for snares. It's not what I want. What are some of these? I don't use these very often. Let's have a look. Nice. Okay. Okay, nice. What else have I got? Richard Jones. What's this? Let's have a look at this. Okay. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Da-da-da-da-da. Again, just a little bit too out of time there. I don't like it, so just tighten that up a little bit. I'm I'm starting to clip here, so I'm going to select all of them and bring the volume down a little bit. Okay, I like to use sub booms. I don't know if you can hear that, there's a lot of low there. Notice how not everything is playing at the same time. I'm trying to accent certain things, so it's not just all going at the same time. Digga, I want to get that. It's too fast for me to play that in. I am going to quantize this. Da. Nice. Also, don't be afraid to pan. What's this? Yeah, don't be afraid to pan. Keep some of the really low stuff down the center. So I've got this Tom Factory deep set in here, which is deep drums. I would like to keep that down the center. I won't pan any of that, but some of the other stuff is panned, and again, for width. Okay, great. What I am going to do is record in some... I've got a coffee can here, which is full of rice. Well, it's not full. And that's my shaker. So I'll just toggle that. This is going to be in mono. Let's turn my microphone on. Hello. God, the delay on that is horrendous. Okay. That's going to be tough. The delay's too much. Okay, if I turn this down. Hello. Right, if I turn the volume down, I'll be able to play with it. Here we go. Okay. some magical editing. I know I'm roughly there. There. Okay, one of the things that I do like to do is do this twice. So they're both mono, and then I'll pan one of these shakers hard left, one of them hard right. I will record it back in though. I won't just duplicate the track. Shaker 2. Let's drop the volume because of the delay. I did bonk the mic there by accident. So I can visually just align these up. I know they're going to be out. So again, the fact that they're slightly out, it doesn't matter. It makes it more organic. So listen. What happens if I drop this by inactive? Okay, sounding really good. My cymbal's already set up. Nice. Let's have a look at something else. Let's go back into damage. The cymbals and car. Let's have a look at this. I think I'm looking for a hi-hatty kind of, what's this? Yeah, nice. Again, quantizing this. I want this quite on the beat. Let's pan it. Let's have a look at one more thing. If I was to recommend one percussive VST library, it would be Damage 2. I'm quite fortunate I've been able to purchase quite a few, so you know, I have a lot of variety, but I did just start with Damage. It's definitely worth it. So if I was to get one, or if you're on a budget, have a look at this one. It's great. looking for? Found sound. What's this? Nice. No. Okay, nice. That's a really nice percussive loop. If I was doing this for a trailer, it can be one of the big challenges with writing percussive music, especially for trailers, is that sometimes you're asked to write a percussive track which is 2.5 minutes long. That can be a really struggle. That can be a real struggle, sorry. But if you are asked to do that, the key thing is to spice up rhythms. So don't just keep repeating this. You know, this might work as a middle section, for example. If you're then transitioning into a third section, change it up, change the rhythm, you know, make it faster, add more hit points, you know. Don't just try and copy and paste this and start layering, because you're really going to get stuck and it's not going to be varied enough. For 2.5 minutes, it's just going to sound boring. It's also good to, you know, prepare yourself, because if you start off too big on a drum track, you've got nowhere else to go, you know. So if you're writing for an intro, keep it a little bit more sparse or a little bit slower in feel. In the middle section, bring in more stuff, increase the momentum. Or you could change the rhythm up there, and on the third act, change it even more, add more add more percussive elements, more variety. Just try and keep things interesting.